Danielle McKenzie.
Here.
Jason Blair.
Here.
Melissa Hunt.
Here.
Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Here. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to let Adam chair the meeting, if he would. I've spent the last 16 days in the hospital, and I'm glad to be out and
Thank you, Glenn.
do that. Thank you.
Item 2 is the consent docket. Item A, approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held July 5th, 2022. Item B, approve change order number 6 with Crossland Construction Company for an overall deduct on the contract amount of $12,732.29 for installation of roof, gutters, and a credit for sanitary sewer work performed by Veolia. Item C, accept the Moore Urban Renewal Annual Report with financial statements. Item D, approve and ratify claims and expenditures for fiscal year 21 through 22 in the amount of $2,479,877.48, and approve and ratify claims and expenditures for fiscal year 22 to 23 in the amount of $115,177.06.
Make a motion to approve the consent docket. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item carries. Item 3, consider action, receive bids, and consider for approval or rejection, resolution number 2822, awarding $5,400,000 City of Moore, Oklahoma general obligation bonds of 2022 bid to bidder whose bid is determined to offer the lowest interest cost.
Mayor and council, items 3 and 4 are companion items. Cameron Bertelli is here from VOK to reveal the bids.
Thank you. I'll pass them down.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
I'm Cameron Bertelli with Bank of Oklahoma, working as the FA on this. And so we went out to bid and we received 3 bids for the 2022 B general obligation bonds. This is for the roads and animal shelter. And those 3 bids, Piper Sandler out of Minneapolis came in at 2.89%. Stone Axe Financial out of Atlanta came in at 2.96%. And then Robert Baird came in at 2.96 as well. So we would recommend issuing the bonds to the lowest bidder, Piper Sandler and Co. at 2.89%. And I can answer any questions you might have.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Piper and Sandler. Can you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item carries. Item 4, consider action, approval or rejection of resolution number 2922, providing for the issuance of general obligation bonds of 2022B in the sum of $5,400,000 by the City of Moore, Oklahoma, authorized at the election duly called and held for such purposes on November 9th, 2021. Prescribing forms of bonds, providing for registration thereof, providing levy of annual tax for payment in principal and interest rate on the same, and fixing other details of the issue.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We call for the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item carries. Item 5, consider acceptance of a quick claim deed from Phillips 66 Pipeline LLC for a tract of land located in Section 24, Township 10 North, Route 3 West, being south of Southeast 12th Street and west of Bryan Avenue for the purpose of maintaining open space and parkland subsequent to the accompanying environmental covenants, and use restrictions.
Mayor and council, items 5 and 6 are also companion items. This is property at the south end of JD Estates. It's 4 lots that roughly 50 years ago, there was some contamination through a pipeline. Phillips Petroleum owns the land and has done all the remediation and cleaned it up, and they've gotten the clearance 20 some odd years ago from the Corporation Commission on that. We asked if they would be willing to donate it to us for a future park and some green space, and with restrictions about what we can do with the land, they were happy to do that. So recommend approval.
Thank you, Brooks, and all the city employees. I know a lot of work went into this, but 10 acres is a lot of room in this town, as we all know, and there'll be several generations to come that will be enjoying that green space.
I'll make a motion to pass.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item carries. Item 6, consider approval of ordinance number 101222, amending Part 11, Chapter 1B by adding Section 11-118, establishing uses prohibited and a maximum excavation depth of 5 feet below ground surface, and the new open space and parkland located in Section 4, Township 10 North, Route 3 West.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes. Item carries. Item 7, consider approval of ordinance number 101322, amending Part 12, Chapter 4, Article C by adding Section 12-408, Traditional Neighborhood Regulations, and establishing lot area and building requirements for new development within the original town site of the electric addition, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Mayor and council, it's recently come to city staff's attention that these 2 neighborhoods, which are the oldest in the city, have legal non-conforming lots. Primarily, they're a lot of residential lots that have residential homes on them, but they're only 50 feet wide. And this does not comply with the current regulations, which require 55-foot wide lots. So to look at a solution to allow both new construction of homes and property within these 2 additions and the reconstruction of structures in the event of a disaster, we want to make sure that any construction conforms to the character of the area. So we are proposing ordinance number 101322. This ordinance would apply to the Old Town addition and the electric addition only. It does establish a building line of 15 feet for Old Town and 20 feet for the electric addition. These building lines are in line with the other existing homes that have been built. The right-of-ways are larger in these additions, so they had lesser of a building line than our normal code allows. It would allow 50 foot wide lots for residential construction. These neighborhoods also have existing accessory dwelling units, so we have allowed for the accessory dwelling units in these 2 additions with regulations as outlined in the city code, the proposed code, I'm sorry. It does establish basic building requirements for residential structures, such as the front of a building being oriented towards the street, and attached garages would have to be set back 20 feet from the property line to allow for the parking of vehicles. However, it should be noted that garages are not required because there are a lot of homes in these additions that just don't have garages. It also establishes some commercial site and building requirements. And again, this is just to mimic what's already out on pre-existing in this area. So, for example, there would be 0 front yard setbacks. Commercial properties could locate directly on the property line. It also codifies on-street parking and allowing for that to count towards parking requirements. It does allow for limited front yard encroachments into the right-of-way for things like awnings and hanging signs if they have any, but not for pole signs. It encourages rear yard parking or rear parking behind the building for commercial. And it also reduces landscaping requirements for commercial in these commercialized areas. But these regulations are not meant to circumvent zoning codes. So for example, duplexes would still be allowed on lots that are 75 foot wide or larger. And the underlying commercial uses would still be allowed. So we're really just talking about the built environment and making sure that we preserve these neighborhoods that the citizens have a strong affinity for, making sure the character stays intact.
Are there any lots in the neighborhood areas that are 75 feet wide that you're aware of where duplexes?
There are some, yes.
Are there structures on them currently?
It's a mixture. Some have structures on them. They might have one house, but they happen to have 75 foot wide lots. Some of them are just vacant.
Okay. Well, I appreciate all the work you've done in this. I think it's great. I've talked to a few of the residents over there, and they just have some concerns about duplexes going in. Moving forward, if it is, would it have to be rezoned to a multi-family zoning for one of those lots, or how would that work?
So the electric addition is zoned R1, single family. So there would be, yes, rezoning action would have to occur. In Old Town, in the residential areas, those areas are already zoned R2, which does allow duplexes by right.
Okay.
So unfortunately, unless the property owner changes the zoning, that's something that we just can't
Sure, yeah,
can't deny at this point, as long as it meets all of city code.
perfect. Well, again, thank you for all your work on this. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
No one has signed up to speak. Would anybody like to speak in regards to this? We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes?
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 8, consider awarding the construction management at risk contract for the new animal shelter facility to Crossland Construction Company Incorporated for a guaranteed maximum price of $7,635,757 for the construction phase, which includes the 3.5% construction manager's fee of $258,214.
Mayor and council, back on March 7th, council awarded a construction management at-risk contract for the new animal shelter facility to Crossland Construction Company for an estimated, and I emphasize estimated, price of $7,950,000 with a 3.5% construction management fee. In addition to that, there was a pre-construction phase for $18,400, and the pre-construction phase consisted, it had been ongoing for the last 4 months and has consisted of Crossland Construction working with the architect, Barrett Williamson, reviewing their plans for constructability and performing value engineering, trying to look at maybe some other way to construct at a more cost-effective way. On July 6th, we received bids, and we opened somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 bid packets for the different trades for the animal shelter facility. And very pleased to indicate that bids actually decreased by about $300,000 from that estimate 4 months earlier. And so based on that, we would recommend that you, it's really, I guess, an amendment to the original contract that was an estimate, approve amendment number 1 in the amount of $7,635,757, which includes their 3.5% manager's fee of $258,214, so that we can go ahead and begin construction.
And this is one of the benefits, I think, of construction management. You've got the contractor and the architect working together before the project ever begins, and so I think this is great.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is our first experience with
Yep.
it, and it's really been a great process.
Good.
Do we have a
I
motion?
make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 9, consider approval of change order number 1 with SAC Services in the amount of $25,500 for clearing and restoring the drainage channel located east of Turner Avenue as part of the Turner Avenue widening and reconstruction project.
Mayor and Council, as part of the railroad underpass project, Turner Avenue was approved for widening and reconstruction to be utilized as a detour for the 4th Street Railroad Underpass project. Construction began in April of this year, and one of the first things that they constructed was a large concrete drainage box on the north end of the project, just south of Main Street. And after constructing that, we realized, as we were looking at different aspects of the project, we realized this, as the water comes out from this large drainage box, it goes back to the east behind the homes, and then, or to the south behind the homes, and then back to the east and ties into an existing channel over about, the total length of the channel is about 510 feet. And it's filled with trees, and so what we asked is for the contractor, while he's there and he's got that heavy equipment, to be able to get in and clean the channel and remove these trees and cut them down, haul them off. We asked him for a price, and we would ask that you consider approving a change order. That price was $25,500, and that's an excellent price for 510 feet to restore that channel.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 10, consider awarding a contract to Meshech and Associates in the amount of $168,072.30 for professional engineering service for the Southmoor High School Oaks Addition drainage mitigation improvements.
Back in March, you authorized staff to send out RFPs for engineering services for the Southmoor High School and Oaks drainage mitigation improvements that we had received as part of a BRIC grant, Building Resilient Infrastructure Communities grant, with hazardous mitigation assistance funds. And the BRIC grant would provide $112,500. Then the city's share would be the remainder based on the negotiations and fees from the consultant. As I said, in March, we sent out RFPs. We received 5 proposals. We had a committee of staff members, Callie from Community Development, Tony from Public Works, and myself reviewed the proposals. And Meshech and Associates scored the highest as a result of their submittal of their proposal. And so we would recommend that you authorize a contract to proceed with moving forward with the design services in the amount of $168,072.
Motion to approve.
I'd second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes. Excuse me.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 11, consider approval of a contract with Uplands Development Company, LLC, for the connection of sewer lines from the anticipated development in Norman city limits to City of Moore's existing public sewer line.
Mayor and Council, approximately 4 or 5 months ago, Mr. Trey Bates, a developer from the city of, actually develops a property in the city of Norman, approached the city asking if the city would consider receiving the wastewater from a development that he's wanting to produce on the, basically just north of Indian Hills between what would be our equivalent of Telephone Road, I think it's 36th Avenue, and then Santa Fe. And because the city of Norman does not have sewer infrastructure out to this location, and so he cannot develop that property without the sewer line being constructed. He already has entered, or he and his family have entered into an agreement many years ago for where the city wastewater treatment plant treats wastewater from the Heyday and the Cadillac shop development. So it's not something that hasn't been approved or done in the past. Essentially, there was a copy of the type of development that he's wanting to perform for that area. We looked at the amount of flow that would be coming into our system, and there's room within our system. He would be tying in basically probably along one or two locations adjacent to Sendera Lakes in that area. And so we looked at the amount of flow and felt that we could take on that flow at the wastewater treatment plant and be able to address his wastewater for his development. The requirements, any cost for right-of-way or to tie into our system, all of the capital investment would be his responsibility. He would provide us access to be able to read the meters, the water meters, once the development occurs, so that we can determine how much is being used for putting together our wastewater charge. As outside city limits, as being in the outside the city limits, his rates for sewer would be double what the inside city limits residents would pay. And so we feel that it's an amicable agreement that we could take on his waste, and I don't want to speak for Mr. Bates. He's here. If you have any additional questions, he's here to address his development if you like.
And you said we already do this for Heyday and some of
Yes.
we're out there? Okay.
Yes.
And you don't foresee any additional infrastructure that might have to be built out there later because of this addition?
Not by the city, not by the city. Where he's tying in, it goes directly to the wastewater plant, and it's built out essentially.
Okay.
We took into account the development that remains in some of those areas that will utilize the sewer system that gets from his tie-in to the wastewater plant, and it would not cause for any area not to be able to develop because of this.
Okay. Well, I would make a
Motion.
motion to, go ahead, Mayor.
Oh, I was just going to say motion to approve.
And I'd second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 12, consider resolution number 2622, adopting the 2022 annual action plan for the Community Development Block Grant Program and authorizing the mayor to submit the plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Mayor and council, the city's been awarded $338,776 this year for the entitlement program. It is recommended that administration be funded at $67,755. Out of these funds, $25,000 is budgeted for a transportation study and survey, partnered with Embark, scheduled for this fall. Public services is recommended to be funded at $50,816. The following funding recommendations are as follows: $18,816 to Aging Services for their Meals on Wheels program, $7,500 to Bethesda for counseling for children, $7,500 to Mary Abbott's Children's House for forensic interviews for abused children, $5,000 to the Center for Children and Families for youth and family counseling, and $12,000 to More Youth and Family for an early intervention program in the school system and a first-time offender program. A total of 229 residents are estimated to receive these services. And for the infrastructure to be funded this year, the amount of funding is $220,205. This is The infrastructure project is the Armstrong addition sewer replacement, which is the same infrastructure project funded with the 2021 funds from last year. Because of the price of materials, as with everything, we were short last year, so we're going to combine with this year's funding to cover the cost. 48 households will be benefited from this project.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes?
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 13, consider resolution number 2722, adopting a substantial amendment to the 21 Community Development Block Grant Action Plan and authorizing the mayor to submit the amended plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Mayor and council, in the 2021 program year, we funded the sharing tree for a community basketball goal and pet waste stations. However, they've received a lot of vandalism there recently, so they're worried about opening a community basketball goal would just maybe welcome more vandalism. So they're proposing to change their scope to installing a small dry food pantry similar to the one that currently sits outside the Moore Faith Medical Clinic, and a little free library. The food pantry will be based on an honor system where people who are in need can take while others can donate. And the same with the little free library. People can donate books and take and bring back as they please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes?
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 14, consider approval of an amendment to the agreement with the Sharing Tree utilizing Community Development Block Grant funds.
Mayor and council, this is just the contract amendment, changing the scope from the basketball goal and pet waste stations to the food pantry and the library.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes?
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 15, consider approval of ordinance number 101022, amending Part 15, Traffic and Vehicles, Chapter 3, Equipment, Section 15-306, Vehicles to be registered, display of tags, amending the section while allowing a third-party grace period before the citation may be issued, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Mayor and council, this is a change to our code that reflects changes to state law. Several months ago, Title 47 was changed, which prohibited the issuance of a citation until 30 days has elapsed from the expiration of a vehicle tag. This just reflects that change.
Motion we approve.
Second the motion?
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes?
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item carries. Item 16, consider ordinance number 101122, amending Part 15, Traffic and Vehicles, Chapter 6, Stopping, Standing, or Parking Prohibited in Certain Places, Section 15-602, Handicap Parking Restrictions, amending the subsection to include and allow a Purple Heart recipient license plate, a disability sticker issued by the Department of Veteran Affairs, or a physically disabled place card or license plate issued by another state or park in a marked handicap space, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Mayor and council, this again is another update to our code which reflects changes in state law. Title 47 changed several months ago, which updated this language, and this is just following those changes.
Motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, motion carries. Item 17, consider approval of ordinance number 101422, amending Part 4, Animals, Chapter 1, Animal Regulations by adding Section 4-115, prohibiting the feeding of wildlife animals, providing definitions and exceptions, providing for severability, and providing for a repealer.
Mayor and council, this is in addition to our animal control ordinance prohibiting the feeding of wild animals and providing for some exceptions. Animal control has come to me and they have expressed concerns about feeding of wild animals, specifically coyotes and geese. They have presented to me incidences where the coyotes are becoming somewhat aggressive. They are no longer moving away. They're now staying, and there's causing injuries and attacking of other dogs. Geese are becoming a little aggressive as well, and actually getting hit by vehicles. We believe that this ordinance would help with that. The feeding of these animals, that interferes with their normal migration patterns. Like I said, it's making them more aggressive. And John Fryer is here. He's present in case you have any specific questions regarding the animals, but we would recommend approval of this.
What are the fines?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. What are the fines?
Up to $500, but I believe that initially it's going to be more of an educational, this is prohibited,
Right.
maybe placing of signs and that sort of
Can
thing.
put some signs out at, I mean, because at Central Park, that's where the biggest
That is
issue
correct.
probably is. And the
That's-
geese were causing all sorts of havoc on Sunday morning out at, on Broadway Avenue, so.
I
yeah.
think putting up a sign that says there's a city ordinance prohibiting the feeding, I think that would be.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We call for the vote, please?
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item
Mark-
passes.
Hold
Oh,
on.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Mark Ham.
Yes, okay.
Sorry.
Item
ahead.
passes. Item 18, consider approval of fiscal year 23 dues to the Association of Central Oklahoma Governments in the amount of $44,979.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. We call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item carries. Item 19, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of construction materials for a fitness court at Fairmore Park from National Fitness Campaign as a sole source provider in the amount of $112,000 and $350.
Mayor and council, this is a request to purchase the equipment that we need to finish the fitness court that's at Fairmore. We already have the concrete pad for it. This is sole source, comes from one company.
Great.
We recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item carries. Item 20, consider approval of a sports association agreement for the 22-23 table tennis program at the Moore Community Center.
Mayor and council, this is an agreement with the Essential Table Tennis nonprofit organization. They've already developed a strong group over at the community center. They meet on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, and they will be taking care of lessons and open play during that time, similar to the
Really?
other sports organizations.
I'm in. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, they've got about 80 members, I think, or 80 people that come now.
81.
All right.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve the agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We call for the vote.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, thank you very much. Item 21, consider approval of fiscal year 22 through 23 budget supplement for the general fund to budgeted funds and related expenses for a street project.
Mayor and council, we are requesting your approval of a fiscal year 23 budget amendment to fund the street project on Bryant between 34th Street and 19th Street from last year's excess sales tax. Be glad to answer any questions you may have.
When do we plan on fixing that?
It's pretty
Sorry,
bad.
that's probably a Jerry Burke's question.
Somewhere, as soon as the county can move forward with it, I anticipate, probably into summer, early fall.
Okay.
So the county will do the work?
23.
County will be doing the work,
You're talking 23 or 22?
so this coming fall.
I was really just thinking about when we close down Fourth. Is it going to be before that, during that,
Close down the-
for the underpass?
It'll be before that. It'll be before
Okay,
that,
that's
yeah.
good.
All right. That is good.
That is a legitimate question. I lived right there.
Do we have a
Everyone.
motion and a second?
Mayor made a motion. I'll
Okay.
make a second.
We have a motion and a second. We call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. We'll recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 22 is the consent docket. Item A, receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held July 5th, 2022. Item B, approve and ratify claims and expenditures for fiscal year 21 through 22 in the amount of $390,463.95, and approve and ratify claims and expenditures for fiscal year 22 to 23 in the amount of $716,290.91.
Make a motion to approve the consent docket.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 23, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of a 23 Lightning loader body to be mounted on the 23 Terminator chassis from the J&R Equipment in the amount of $128,300 using state contract number SW197.
Mayor and Council, items 23 and 24 are related. 23 is to purchase the body for a Terminator truck, and then 24 will be the chassis that the body is going to go on that. There's due to the supply chain issues, the anticipated delivery of this truck is going to be somewhere in July of 2023.
Wow.
Are we doing the work to put them together, or are we hiring somebody to do that?
We're hiring somebody to do.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
So,
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 24, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of a 23 Peterbilt cab and chassis to support a Terminator Lightning loader body from Rush Peterbilt Truck Centers in the amount of $175,880 using state contract number SW035T.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 25, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of 4 Heel 33-yard sanitation truck bodies from United Engines in a total amount of $1,095,600 using state contract number SW197.
Mayor and Council, items 25 and 26 are also related. 25 is the body for a sanitation truck from Heil, and that also has estimated delivery date of June of next year.
Would make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 26, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of 4 standard cab and chassis support of 4 Heil sanitation truck bodies from Battle Motors and the total amount of $822,052 using state contract number SW035T.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. Item 27, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of 1 John Deere 410L backhoe loader for the Utilities Department from C.L. Boyd in the amount of $139,835 using state contract number SW91515.
Mayor and Council, this is for the purchase of a backhoe for utilities, and this also has an ETA of February of 2023.
Man.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, item passes. We'll recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item 28 is a consent docket. Item A, accept the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held July 5th, 2022. Item B, approve and ratify claims and expenditures for fiscal year 21 through 22 and the amount of $152,671.46.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent docket.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Jason Blair?
Yes.
Melissa Hunt?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes?
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Adam Webb?
Yes, item passes. We'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and convene the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting.
Would you call the roll?
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Jason Blair?
Here.
Melissa Hunt?
Here.
Glenn Lewis?
Here.
Adam Webb?
Here.
Mark Ham?
Here.
Louis Williams?
Here. Item 30 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Economic Development Authority meeting held June 20th, 2022.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the roll, please?
Jason Blair?
Yes.
Melissa Hunt?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Adam Webb?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting and reconvene the city council meeting.
Thank you, Louis. And item 31 is new business. Item A is citizens forum for items not on the agenda. No one has signed up. Would anybody like to speak? Item B is items from the city council and trustees.
I'd just like to say thank you, Adam, for running the meeting. I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Glad you're back.
Thanks. Glad to be back.
The only thing that I had was, I know that we talked about chickens last week and we voted it down. I had great feedback that I wish I would have maybe received before. And I know that our big thing right now is we don't have the space, even if we did need to house chickens. But I'd like to maybe do some like workshops with involving our citizens when the new animal shelter gets built, if we decide to reconsider it. I think that could be helpful. I have a couple of people that reached out with really good information, and I was very quick to say, because I guess there were people here that supported it and no one spoke up, and we had a lot of questions that we didn't have answers for, but I think that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I've had meetings with a couple of people myself, and I mean, there's definitely very educated people that I think would handle it properly. It's the rest, and how can we put stuff together to find a middle ground is.
Completely agree. My biggest thing is I don't think that we have the space of the animal shelter now. And again, every time I say, well, what happens when somebody turns in their chicken like they do a dog? And usually the answer back is, no, somebody will take them. And right. And as I explained it to my 16-year-old, we have to have a plan. You can't go into something without a plan. Right. So I completely agree that, yeah, we have to have a plan for when it doesn't work out.
Well, and there's even a discussion we need to have that when we do have the new animal shelter, do we still want to do that or not?
Don't disagree.
Because what do you do with them?
Well, I'll tell you that the person that I spoke to the most about it, they did give me some information. She said that the Oklahoma City Animal Control, they get about 100 birds a year maybe, and they do have homesteading groups that they end up reaching out to, and they turn over pretty quickly. She also called out John and mentioned on the board of the Oklahoma Animal Control Association, and they hold a couple of conferences a year where maybe we could discuss with other cities how it's working with them and what's going on. So she did say that they have a very small room. It has pine shavings and heat lamps, but you can also crate them.
And to
I
be,
don't know that.
And to be fair, Oklahoma City's only had their ordinance in place for
February-
4 months.
Yeah, February 22.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
so,
completely
I mean,
agree. I'd rather
yeah.
see what other cities
Yeah.
learn from that. And when we get there in a year and a half, 2 years.
To say they only get 100, I mean, that's,
I
we don't know.
completely agree. I completely agree. I just wanted to add that there was good information out there as soon as we said no. But I still agree with no, but maybe it's a no, not right now. And maybe it's a no forever. I don't know.
Anybody else? Item C is items from the city or trust manager.
Mayor and council, as you know, tomorrow is the State of the City. Starts at 11:45 at the station. And Wednesday through Friday, I will be at the city managers conference in Norman, so I'll be out of the office.
Thank you for that.
Item 32 is executive session. Section 307, Title 25 Oklahoma statutes permits the public body to meet in executive session for certain specified reasons under certain specified conditions. It is the opinion of the city attorney that the city council may consider and adopt a motion to meet in executive session to discuss the following items. Item A, discuss, consider, and if deemed appropriate, consider taking possible action regarding pending claim filed by Madison D. Blair against the City of Moore and authorization for legal counsel and staff to take action as necessary and appropriate in the interest of the City of Moore as authorized by by 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B4.
Make a motion, we convene to executive session.
Second.
Can we call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes, we'll convene to executive session.
Thanks for that reminder, Brooks. I totally forgot tomorrow. I might
See if mine will come up.
Let me re-download it.
Here, what do you
It
need?
takes several minutes. Oh, yeah, use his. It don't take nothing to refresh.
We'll reconvene from executive session.
You need a motion?
Motion, we proceed
have
as directed. Do we call roll?
Do we call, oh, yeah, we call
We
roll?
reconvened,
No,
we
you
don't
just
have
say
to-
that, make a note, make a note that everybody was present before.
Everyone
it's
is
still
present. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Jason Blair?
Yes.
Melissa Hunt?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Pam?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Adam Webb?
Yes. Item 33 is adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will you call for the vote, please? Thank you, Mark.
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Jason Blair?
Yes.
Melissa Hunt?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Adam Webb?
Yes. Item carries. We're adjourned.
Gary, how are you, buddy?
Seriously? I haven't talked to anybody about
Hey,
this.